Niall McCabe. Welcome.
Thank you very much for the bunker.
Niall, for all our guests listening at home, tell us where you're from.
Well, for the 10 of them that are listening or watching,
Thanks, man.
I'm from Clare Island. It's a small island off the coast of Mayo in Ireland, about 150 people. And I'm one of the 150.
It's funny, like, we'll get to you in a second.
Thanks.
But like, when North Americans look at a postcard of Ireland, like this place is what you picture. Like, it's just beautiful.
Well, in fact, if you look at a postcard of Ireland, they don't even show Clare Island on the map. It's that small most of the time. Yeah,
No way.
that's how small it is. But it is. It's as picturesque as you can imagine. Yeah.
And now, I ask everyone this, but I'm curious. Like, when you started playing, did you grow up in a musical family, or was it just, the thing to do in the island? What was it like?
As you know, like, everyone in Ireland seems to be musical. At least every second person.
Cool.
Everyone can sing or do something. But my very earliest memory, there's two of them. I'm not sure which one it is, but this is the first and second. You can take your pick. The first one is, they're both of my grandmother teaching me to sing a song. So it's either 70 boys and men, or it's from Joseph and his amazing technology code. So one of those was my very first memory, not just musical memory. My first memory is being taught a song, and she played the fiddle and the concertina and the melodeon. She came from 2 islands down in Ishboffin, and she was very passionate about music. And I think for her, music was a connection to her home, because she left there kind of young enough and come up to Clare Island and lived in a place that wasn't her home for so long, and that was her connection. That was her memories. Connection to the past and connection to her home.
Yeah.
And so I think I kind of picked up on that, and I could see how passionate she was about it. She cried when she sang songs. That kind of way. And that's the music I like.
Well, and I lived in Ireland for 3 years, and when I think of Ireland, the thing that blew me away is that when someone was singing in a pub, there was respect there. It's like hush, everyone's dead silent. And I remember the first time I was scared the daylights out of me, right? But that is that connection where you're singing your story.
Well, songs they're not just songs. It's not entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it's entertaining, like the songs are definitely a connection, and it's a portal into your past and into your genetics. All these songs just really resonate with Irish people, and it's the same the world over. But we take it very seriously.
100%. And like, what I find with your stuff when I listen to it, that storytelling and that feel is there. And it's not even that you're telling your own story; you're telling everybody's story through your lyrics. And what I'm curious to, like, when you started writing songs, because I know you played in soul bands and all that stuff, and
You name it, I played it.
100%. And now, but your stuff definitely it blends new age folk and the trad, the traditional folk. When you started writing songs, what was your first thing? Was it like a standard kid over here? It's like, I play AC/DC and try to write a rock song, or what was it?
Well, so for me growing up, the stuff we graduated very quickly from our traditional roots and folk stuff, and we were all, thanks to my brother. My older brother was kind of big influence on us, and we listened to loads of, we had the double VCR, or the VHS, we call it, of Woodstock.
Oh, yeah.
I used to do that on repeat. We listened to The Doors, Hendrix. That was our stuff. We were bell-bottom wearing hippies at 16. We thought we were the Who. We really did. That's what we wanted to be. And it was all flower power and all that. So it was crazy. So that's what we tried to write when we started, and always kind of found it hard to find my musical identity because of all the influences just from everywhere. They were just kind of bombarded with these amazing music from everywhere, like the best of the best.
Yeah.
As you can imagine. And so I think I struggled a long time, and for a long time, to find my own voice. And it was only when I went home during the pandemic that I realized it was sitting there all along.
Yeah.
I was in the corner at home, and I hadn't realized.
Yeah, that was gonna be my follow-up question. Did it take you leaving to come back?
It really did. Yeah, no, it really did. And I was surprised and delighted to kind of find it. And I mean, I haven't at all kind of realized it properly. I admit that, but I made a start, and I'm really excited about about doing that and finding a voice, because it was always soul music and jazz and rock and funk and everything but where I actually came from.
Yes. So you just put out a new record. When you put out the song Borders, there was that lean to the traditional.
Yeah.
I would even say more so on this record.
The start of the pandemic, 2020, in March, we went home, myself and my boys and my partner, and we just hid out on Clare Island. And I completely stopped playing music, apart from playing at home. But the guitar just got put away, and I didn't think much about it. And we kind of just got lost in every day working in the garden, like digging up garden, building walls, knocking walls, painting the house, like physical work, in touch with the earth. Like really, I mean, my hands were
back to the basics.
My nails, it was under, like the island was underneath my underneath my nails every day. After giving it a break, I kind of started picking up the guitar again and started writing songs, not for anybody else, but just for me and for us, and for that situation. And the songs that came out were all those songs that are on that album, pretty much. The Ritual. The reason I call it The Ritual is because The Ritual was the song that kind of kicked it all off. We were in the middle of the pandemic. It was darkness on every side. It was really dark times. None of us knew. I mean, looking back now, I mean, it's fine, but at the time we really were. There's so much uncertainty, and we were on this little bubble on Clare Island, and every couple of days, like I was having the perfect day. I was having like the best day of my life, and it wasn't playing music. It wasn't doing anything but just being in that place, being with the people, being present, working hard, coming home. My mother would have dinner cooked.
Yes.
Sitting out with my kids and, playing cards, just really simple stuff. And I kind of felt guilty for a while, but I just then imagined this must be what it's like, all during history, in the darkest of times, in like during all the wars, all the plagues, there's somewhere somebody is having perfect days too, because there's a little safe place.
Yeah.
And I love that idea. And that was my song. It was like, this is my safe place. And the whole album just kind of grew from that. It's like, this is music from my little bubble where the darkness is all around it, but this is my little bubble of light and of happiness. And you can find it. And that's kind of like, that's the positive that I take from it.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff is a bit dark.
Yeah.
But positive, I think in general, like there's just a positive energy coming from it. And I'm very happy with it. Yeah.
I mean, you wouldn't be the first Irish songwriter to write a sad song. Hate to break it. But man, you know what? From like having you here, I mean, we met obviously in Dublin. I opened up for you when you were playing with Bioga. Yeah, it's great.
Um,
And to have you here playing in the Bonco Man, it's everything. So
that's a great day for me.
Niall McCabe, nice brother.
Nice.
That's the boy, eh?
Thanks.